Hello, hello. Sorry I'm late. I'm running a little bit late on the stream. Still getting some stuff prepared. I was also in my support group meeting, so I get to eat dinner afterwards. Hope everyone is having a good day or night or time zone or whatever. We're gonna get ready to get started on some TryHackMe Advent of Cyber here in a little bit. Then we'll play some Fortnite. Hopefully, this is the last time I'm gonna be doing. Well, second to last time I'm doing this late. Okay. But anyway, hope you got. How's everyone doing? Plaza for you. Thank you for putting me on your screen there, giving me a lurk. I always appreciate you. Placid for you. Man, Placid for you and I. You and I have been like. I swear, it feels like we've been following each other for like. Forever. Always appreciate seeing you. Okay. So we're gonna get started up with TryHackMe Advent of Cyber Day 12. Day 12, guys. I cannot believe we're at that point. So we're just doing some hacker things on Day 12 still. We're halfway there, guys. We're halfway there. And I'm already burned out, but I promised myself I would see this through. Like all 24 days. So, that's what I'm gonna do. Anyway. Guys, gals, non-binary pals. We're gonna get started with Day 12 here in a bit, as soon as the hack top boots up. Plus it gives a little bit of time for people to pop in stream. So how's everyone doing tonight? Honestly, I feel like some of my regulars are afraid of watching me hack. Why are you guys so afraid of watching me hack? Are you afraid of, like, I'm gonna get you in trouble with the feds? Nope, they just go over to Yeahhh's stream. They go over to Yeahhh's stream because he just lures people to his stream. Anyway. We've got the laptop all booted up. I'm gonna give it a little while before we actually get to hacking. And once we're done with the hacker stuff, I think we might play some Fortnite. Like, I've been wanting to show my my village for a while. I'm probably gonna show my village to Kaylin of the Sea. So I figured that might be fun. In fact, let me poke her real quick. I'm gonna tell her I'm gonna show off my village to you after hacker things. I already told Kaylin I would show my Lego village to her at some point soon. I guess this would be a good time. Alright. So anyway, I'm getting TryHackMe ready on my end right now. I just gotta open the OpenVPN file. I accidentally caps locked. So I can't really... It's kinda buggy when I attempt to connect to VPN things. I thought I just muted this phone. Good God. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna get the VPN. We got the VPN started now, so... I'm gonna see if I can find some friendos to play Fartnut with as well. I had a really good, fun time playing with Trash Kitkin, Cheesy, I think Cheesy was... No, Cheesy was... Yes, the other day. But I had fun with Trash Kitkin, I had fun with Ocean Moon Witch, I had fun with Wisteria Wyvern. Guys, go... If you have not done so, check their streams out. I highly recommend them. Alright. Anyway, we're gonna get started with the hacker stuff. So let me move this to workspace 4 and open up TryHackMe. See, do I have the right cables hooked in? Yes, I do. Alright. Let's transition over here. And we'll do a little bit of hacking. Please tell me my network card isn't being derpy again. Okay, it's not good. Alrighty. And I got my monster can as well. Good stuff. Alright. Let's go ahead and begin with what we're doing for day 12. We want to refresh this page so it'll update. Slaying threats, one layer at a time. We'll go ahead and start the machine as well. Okay, so we've got the machine booted up. So however long we spend on this will decide how long we'll be on Fortnite tonight. Okay. So let's read this while we wait for the IP address to show up. With the recent chaos of the recent merger, the company's security landscape has turned into the Wild West. Servers and endpoints, once considered fortresses, now resemble neglected outposts on the frontier, vulnerable to any attacker. As McConey Bell sifts through the reports, a sense of urgency gnaws at her. This is a ticking time bomb. she mutters to herself. It's clear they need a strategy, and fast. Determined, McConaughey Bell rises from her chair, her mind racing with possibilities. It's time to suit up, team. We're going deep, she declares, her tone a blend of resolve and excitement. Defense in depth isn't just a strategy, it's our lifeline. We're going to fortify every layer, from the physical servers in the basement to the cloud floating above us. Every bite, every bit. In this task, we will be hopping into McConaughey Bell's shoes and exploring how the defense in depth strategy can help strengthen the environment's overall security posture. Learning objectives are going to be defense in depth, basic endpoint hardening, and simple boot-to-root methodology. So let's check the connection card and answer some questions. Do we need to start the attack box today? It says yes, but we'll see if we can use a VM, like whatever VM you want to use with Kali that has, Kali Linux Repair OS. First, we'll do that first. I'm running Parrot OS on my laptop, my hacktop, so the VM won't be necessary right now. But do we need to start a VM on TryHackMe's end? Yes, which we just did. Are we given credentials to connect directly to the VM via RDP, VNC, or SSH? Yes. And it looks like we're connecting through SSH. So the machine we'll be playing around with is a vulnerable by design Ubuntu running a Jenkins service. It has been configured for ease of use, allowing flexibility for users in exchange for security. Before we get started, we need to boot up two machines. One for the attacker and one for the administrator. And we can click the green start machine button in the upper right section. Give the machine 3 to 4 minutes to fully boot up. This will serve as the server admin point of view, and we will be implementing some hardening best practices from this machine. For the attacker's perspective, they do recommend the attack box. We're going to try it with Parrot OS though. And if it doesn't work out well with Parrot OS, then we'll use the attack box. But I don't really need the attack box right now. But if you do use the attack box, I highly recommend it, especially if you are a premium user on TryHackMe. Otherwise, you only get to use the attack box once a day if you're a free user. Log into the admin account using SSH, using the credentials below, which we will go ahead and do. We will accept. There we go. So we're in the system. We're in the server. So the terminal is going to serve as our blue team terminal. And for our red team, for all attacking purposes, we will open new terminals as needed later on. Now, connecting to the TryHackMe VPN via OpenVPN works great too. In your local Linux-based machine, you can do that by downloading your OpenVPN configuration file from your access page. But you can click your profile in the upper right corner of the page, then select access. Next, go to the location of the configuration file and enter the command sudo OpenVPN file name, whatever name you use on TryHackMe or whatever the file name is, .ovpn. You'll know that both machines are ready when you see a desktop in the attack box and you're able to connect via SSH. If you're using the OpenVPN option, you can ping the server's IP to check your connection. So, let's begin. A guided walkthrough of the attack chain. So, as discussed earlier, we're dealing with a server that is vulnerable by design. It contains misconfigurations and has been implemented with poor or simply non-existent security practices. This part of the task will walk you through one of the many ways we can get elevated privileges on the server. Skipping the enumeration part, we can access Jenkins via Firefox or whatever browser. We're on Firefox, so we can access it on its default ports, and we'll be greeted by a page that looks something like this. Remember port 8080, guys. Don't just simply input the IP address, input the port number, and you have this screen. We instantly gain access to the general workings of Jenkins. Explore the features that we can play with, and you'll see why there's a way to execute arbitrary scripts for administration, troubleshooting, diagnostics on the machine. Upon checking this further, you'll see that this can be used to spawn a web shell. We're going to go ahead and click the Manage Jenkins button on the left side of the page. Scroll to the bottom and you will see the option we want, which is Script Console. Right there. Script Console is a feature that accepts Groovy, a type of programming language for the Java platform. Let's jump right in and try to establish a reverse shell using this feature. This example right here is basically an edited version of this script. Right here. But we want to use this. Now we go ahead and edit this. Now we want to make sure to put in the attacker IP address. in string equals in string host, basically. We can leave int ports alone, and we can just run a netcat. Now we just copy and paste the script on over to here. And once both the reverse shell script and the netcat listener are ready, we'll go ahead and hit the run button at the bottom, and we should see an established connection. Should see it. This is the right IP address. That should have done right. Hang on a minute. We're seeing some errors in the code. Expected token. Did I fuck something up? Did I mess something up in line 1? Right here. Maybe we'll need the quotation marks. Maybe we'll need the quotation marks. Try again. We do. Cool. So we basically have a successful connection. So we can just test the shell by sending AD and who am I. Something that I like to do here. Right here. Is I like to stabilize the shell, but we don't have. Let me reopen this. I like to stabilize the shell. This doesn't have Ruby. This does have Pearl. I like to stabilize the shell if possible, and it's not gonna let me do it, so it's fine. We'll just do it again. We'll just connect back again. Okay. So now that we have a web shell with the Jenkins user, we can explore the system server contents for things we can use to improve our shell and perhaps elevate our privileges. Now note, it's always good and important to test your Linux commands such as running ID or who am I after a successful connection. So we're gonna check some usable files. We're essentially in varlib Jenkins ls. It says that we'll be able to find an interesting bash script in the ops script folder called backup.sh. So let's go right to that. Ooh, so as you can see, we have a password and a username. So the scp command, you've essentially just checked the contents of the file. Fine, we found a simple implementation of backing up the essential components of Jenkins and sending it to the folder home/Tracy/backups via SCP. The file also contains the credentials. So the SCP command is a clue that SSH may be used on this server. If so, we can upgrade it to use it to upgrade our user and shell. So we'll go ahead and let's open a new terminal tab, and we can SSH into the server with these credentials. And finally, so we used SSH. We've opened a new command. We opened a new terminal. We logged in via SSH. We've entered the password, and we're logged in as Tracy. So finally, we can use the sudo techl command to find what commands the user is permitted to perform using sudo, and it looks like pretty much everything. Because we got the all line, or the three alls. I'll just call them three alls. Or triple alls. Triple all line. Yeah, that makes more sense to call it the triple all line. It's the input. So we have that line in the output, essentially saying that all commands can be performed by Tracy using sudo. This means that the user is created with inherently privileged access. As such, we can enter the command sudo su and we're root. So from the attacking point of view, we were able to get straightforward root access to the server. This is bad news for defenders, since the goal is to make it as hard for the attackers as possible to get what they want. In the next section of the task, we will establish defensive layers that aim to work together, with each layer making it more complicated for the attackers to achieve their aims. Defense in depth is all about creating defensible environments whereby security controls are meant to deter the bad actors from achieving their main goal. Notice that the emphasis isn't on never getting compromised, rather it's on making sure that the bad actors don't succeed. This way, even if one or more defensive layers get bypassed, the stacking alone of these layers makes it much harder for these bad actors. Sometimes this is actually enough for bad actors to try to minimize their losses and move on to easier targets. Going back to our attack exercise from earlier, we've discovered that root is very easy to achieve because there is full trust within the server environment. We should always follow the principle of least privilege, especially for systems in production. In this example, the user Tracy is made in such a way that it has the same permissions as the admin. This gives the user more flexibility. However, it also runs the risk of misuse, not only by the owner of the account, but also by others who gain access to this account. To remove Tracy from the sudo group, we can issue this command. Let's get in here. Sudo del user Tracy sudo. So we've moved Tracy from the group sudo, and to confirm removal from the sudo group, we can use sudo echo tech u, uppercase U, Tracy, and Tracy's not allowed to run sudo. Cool. Changes to the Tracy account won't affect the current active sessions, so we can test them by logging in again as Tracy on a new terminal on our attacking machine. In this case, HSH Tracy at 10, the IP address, sudo tackle. Gotcha. That change alone made all the difference between achieving root and staying with the user Tracy. Now the attacker is left with 3 immediate options. Further enumerate the server for a possible route to root within the user Tracy. Find a way to move laterally within the system to a user with a possible route to root access, or find a different target. The pathway to root has been made more complicated for the attacker, but that doesn't mean we should stop here. Attackers can be very creative in finding all sorts of ways to accomplish privilege escalation. Privilege escalation. I cannot speak today. I don't know why. Any additional layers will make it a lot harder for the bad actors to achieve their objectives. Remember that as attackers, we are able to use SSH in this server to move laterally from a lower level user. In light of this, we can disable passwords so we can thwart the possibility of an SSH login via the compromised plaintext credentials that are just lying around. In the admin shell, we can go to the etc SSHD config file and edit it with our favorite text editor. Remember to use sudo. Find the line that says password authentication. Alright, let's do it together. Sudo. We're gonna run nano with this. Okay, we can run nano. Alright, run nano. And we'll go here at SSHD config. We're gonna find the line that says password authentication, which, by the way, we can use Control W in nano to look for it. We change the first we uncomment password authentication yes, and then we change it to password authentication no. Next we need to find the line that says include etc SSHD config SSHD score config.d *config, and we need to comment that. So once again, include big oh, yeah, we need to include SSHD. There we go. Comment that out. Then we save the file. Then enter the command sudo system ctl. What is this control? I just call it restart SSH. And in the example below, the egrep command shows what the lines within the file should look like. You can use the same command to see if you successfully edited the file. You should see the effect immediately when you log out of Tracy in your attacking machine and logging in via SSH. So we're gonna run egrep first, E-grip. Include and as you can see, we've edited it. Now we're gonna go in here. We're gonna log out of Tracy. Log back in. Permission denied. Requires a public key. Or actually, what requires a private key. So it requires a key. So it's worth noting that applying this hardening step assumes that there are other ways for users to log into the system, admin account included, and it usually involves the setup of a passwordless SSH login. However, for our purposes, we opt not to do that anymore. How's it going, Cammy? So another pivot point emphasized in our attack exercise earlier was the plain text password discovery that led to the SSH access to a higher privileged user. Two immediate things are apparent here. One, the password is weak and may be susceptible to a brute force attack. Oh, I didn't realize Ghost was on. I'm gonna pop in Twitter. I'm gonna pop in Twitter and troll Ghost with the video here in a bit. While I read this. So the password is weak, may be susceptible to a brute force attack. And two, the user employed bad password practices, putting plain text credentials on a script and leaving it lying around for anyone with server access to see. So we can apply a stronger password policy, requiring the user to change their password and make it compliant for their next login. However, it's solely up to the user to prevent bad password practices. Further, plaintext credentials, despite following a strong password policy, may still be used to move laterally with the web shell access that we got initially. Care should be exercised when dealing with secrets, especially ones that belong to highly privileged users. I'm trying to type something here, now that I have the chance. to do something here. So I won't be streaming. I won't be doing much. Here we go. I gotta upload a video real quick, just for the lulz. I'm doing alright, It's just been a low energy day. I had to do a post on Twitter. I had to do a quick post on Twitter. Alright. So let's move over to this section now. So once we've applied all of the hardening steps discussed, you'll notice that we're able to patch many of the vulnerabilities that we initially exploited to get root, in terms of attack methodology discussed earlier at least. We're back in the web shell that served as our foothold in the system, and it's accessible as a result of a Jenkins implementation that assumes full trust within the environment. As such, it's fitting that this last hardening step will apply in the server is one that promotes zero trust. You got an ad? Alright, I'll wait, I guess. I'll wait. Time. I'll watch Ghost. Oh, I'm not gonna tune into Ghost right now. I'll watch Ghost after. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have some ghost people watching. Just only me. Alright, let me know when the ad's over and I'll keep reading the thing. Where's my phone at? Ad over? Awesome. Alright, so instead of opening up the workings of the platform to everyone in the environment, this change will allow just those who have access to the platform. In the admin terminal, we'll go ahead and proceed to Jenkins home directory, cd var lib Jenkins. So here, you will see two versions of the Jenkins configuration file, config.xml, and config.xml.back for backup. Fortunately for us, the administrator kept a backup of the original configuration file before implementing the current one. As such, it would be more straightforward for us to revert it back to the original by removing the comments in the XML file. For reference, let's go ahead and actually nano config.xml. Alright. So the comments syntax is signified by exclamation point tac tac right after the opening bracket and tac tac right before the closing bracket. So exclamation point tac tac right after the opening, tac tac right before the closing. So anything in between is commented out. So actually X out. No, don't save. Okay, so we're gonna access config.xml.back and look for some. We're gonna look for these blocks of these this block of lines, basically. So let me go ahead. Actually, it's what, 49 lines. So we can just go right there. So we're gonna remove the comments. And from both. So we're gonna remove the comments from both authorization, strategy, and security realm. Go ahead and remove these comments. And we want security realm. Then we can save this file. We can then remove the current active configuration file. And then we can copy the backup file to make a new configuration file. Then we need to restart the service. Like so. So we're going ahead and restarting Jenkins. And once that's done, you'll see that Unlike before, the inner workings of Jenkins are not accessible. And it should be noted here that fresh installs of Jenkins feature a login page by default. So let's go ahead and run an egrep right here. Type that. And we want people line up. And enable CAPTCHA. Then we want TAC P1. Right, taxi 1 bar lib Jenkins config.xml, and there you have it. There's the egrep. There's a problem viewing this page, so it wants us to log in. Sweet. So in conclusion, defense layers don't need to be flashy. You can accomplish a lot with one-liners and simple implementations of security best practices. This is exactly what we have done throughout this task, addressing a specific exploitable vulnerability each time. This task is a simple demonstration of how it works in the real world. Each hardening step adds a defensive layer, and these layers work together to make a more defensible environment. Exploit one or two, and you're still relatively defensible. That's because the next layer is there to make it harder for the bad actors to succeed in getting what they want. Defense in depth doesn't stop here though. The next step is setting up tools and sensors that would give your defensive teams visibility over your environment. The output of which can be used to create automated detection mechanisms for suspicious behavior, but that's a discussion for another time. So, epilogue, great work team, says McConey Bell, where her eyes gleaming with pride. We've laid down the foundations of a robust defense. But remember, this is the beginning. The cyber world is ever evolving, and so must we. Stay sharp, stay curious. The team nods, a sense of accomplishment and readiness evident in their postures. They are no longer just reacting. They are anticipating, ready to tackle whatever challenges lay ahead in this ever-changing cyber terrain. McConey Bell grabs her jacket, her thoughts already on the next challenge. Tomorrow we rise again, but for now, rest well, team. You've earned it. You deserve it. You've earned it. Alrighty. Now we can... Ooh, there's a root flag. It's a good thing I still have root in here. CD. Flag. Alright, let's capture the flag. We have this. Here we can capture, we can... Hold on. Be this. Message right here. SSH flag. We need to get into that then. We need to get into that. Okay. I'm pretty sure I've seen the flag before, but let's double check anyway. Right here. Yep, I've seen it. I reckon. Yep, that's a flag right there. And that's a flag. They're not hard to spot. They really are not hard to spot. They're like, they made these easy to spot. And there's also a SOC level 1 learning path. If you're ever interested in learning what it's like to be a junior security analyst. Okay guys, I'm just learning all this stuff as I go along. I'm no professional or anything like that. I just like learning this stuff. Although I'm gonna go for hacker certs at some point, like cybersecurity certs, like Security Plus, once I feel I'm ready to. Okay, so we've just now finished the TryHackMe Advent of Cyber Day 12. Hell yeah. You know what? I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna go ahead and save this anyway. Jenkins. Alright. Well, now that we've finished up with that, we'll go ahead and do some Fortnite. We'll do some Fortnite since we've got a little bit of time left. I'll check with, I'm gonna check with Kaylin and see if she wants to play as well. I'll see if Kaylin wants to play Fortnite with me on stream. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and... Oh, excuse me. Let's go ahead and do some shoutouts real quick. We're gonna do a little bit of shoutouts and then we'll do some Fortnite. I'm gonna close out the YouTube stream to keep the Fortnite by TryHackMe thing separate from the other videos. I'm working on making a playlist. So let's go ahead and do some shoutouts on Twitter. Let's do some shoutouts on Mastodon. And all you gotta do is basically like or repost on Twitter. And I'll give you a Twitter shoutout. Also, favorite and boost on Mastodon. My most recent Twitter accounts, my most recent Mastodon posts, or like or retweet my most recent Twitter post, and I'll give you a shout out. Anyway, that would be cool. That would be cool. Alright, we don't have any Twitter shoutouts. We don't have any Mastodon shoutouts we had. Hold on, what the hell is... Well, I'll watch this part after... after I switch gears here. I'll react to that video after that. Alright, guys, we're gonna move... If you're watching on Twitch, we'll be right back. But those of you watching the... YouTube video. Hope you found this informative. Hope you enjoyed the stream. We're gonna be on a BRB mode real quick. So I'm gonna switch gears over to Fortnite. But in the meantime, let's, I guess let's go ahead and, let's go ahead and get ready for Fortnite. So, hope everyone found this video informative, entertaining, or whatever. Again, I'm just learning hacker stuff just like you guys are, so... And here's the thing, you're always learning. You're always learning whenever it comes to anything tech, whether it's IT, dev, cybersecurity, all of that. You're always learning. You have to find a certain way to learn that helps you the most. That's the most important thing. Anyway, we're gonna move over to Fortnite now, so I'll be back on here around I guess in 4 minutes. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. If you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, if you're gonna switch over to the other stream, if you're watching the VOD, I will see you tomorrow. And the rest of your day, if you're watching the VOD, take care.